a $3 billion home, an $18.7 million car, and a $20,000 haircut. These are the 7 richest Arabian rulers in the world. Number 7. King Abdullah II of Jordan. King Abdullah II is not often in the spotlight when it comes to international news. Keeping in mind where Jordan is located, that's not entirely too bad. Still, that offers the local ruling family a unique opportunity to create a safe haven for tourists and bank all the associated revenues. It's not oil money, but hey, it's a living. With a net worth of over $750 million, King Abdullah II surely can afford the finer things in life. So he spends most of his days surrounded by utmost luxury in his $150 million Royal Al Husseiniya Palace in Amman. While the interior is reminiscent of the golden age of Arabian architecture, the interior has a much more modern vibe, except for the tons of gold, silver, and ivory decorations. The palace has a private cinema, an ultra-luxurious gym, an Olympic-sized swimming pool, several gorgeous bedrooms, and a throne room. The king has a lavish real estate portfolio across Jordan, along with the royal palaces. In addition, he owns properties in the US and England, but his prized possessions are his 3 ultra-luxurious oceanfront estates in Point Dume, Malibu. Just like any Arabian king, Abdullah II has a thing for expensive and luxurious cars. He owns more than 70 rare cars, which are on public display in his Royal Automobile Museum. The combined worth of the vehicles exceeds $50 million, as there are some extremely pricey cars in the collection. But without a doubt, the spotlight goes to his motorcycle collection, worth nearly $40 million. Of course, traveling in luxury is essential for any Arabian king, so Abdullah II does not disappoint. He owns a modified, ultra-luxurious Gulfstream IVSP worth around $40 million. The private jet is immaculately decorated with golden ornaments and high-end furnishing. Naturally, he also owns one relatively small but highly luxurious super yacht. Of course, the $85 million Alia is a 282-footer, so it's by no means small, but compared to what the rest of the kings on this list own, King Abdullah's boat seems more like an overpriced toy. Number 6. King Hamad bin Isa Al Khalifa of Bahrain. Whether it's an inferiority complex due to the size of the country he rules, or because he tries to take a page out of the other, much more affluent Arabian king books, King Hamad of Bahrain lives one extremely opulent life. One that makes you wonder if his $5 billion of personal wealth would be enough to finance it. The king lives in the lavish Rifa Palace, which has all the amenities a royalty deserves. A private theater, an indoor swimming pool, a private helipad, and of course, one genuinely mesmerizing interior design. The palace is worth over $60 million, and its operational budget exceeds $1 million a month. Although Bahrain is practically the size of New York City, King Hamad loves driving around with his gorgeous collection of highly luxurious and expensive cars. His collection is worth in the tens of millions, as his Bugatti Veyron alone is worth over $2 million. Moreover, he's often seen in his prized Mercedes-Benz SLR McLaren and Lamborghini Aventador, both worth around $500,000. When traveling abroad, however, King Hamad prefers the luxury of his private $400 million Boeing 747-8. The private jet is equipped with high-end furnishing, opulent decorations, and some pretty sweet amenities, like a gigantic master bedroom with a private bathroom and shower. Now that's what I call traveling like a king. Moreover, he has a fleet of private helicopters he uses for short-distance travel between his Bahrain palaces. Ah, the struggles of the modern Arabian king must endure. Finally, can you call yourself an Arabian king if you don't own at least one super yacht? The King of Bahrain does not disappoint, as he owns the Kingdom 5KR, worth approximately $150 million. The 260-foot-long super yacht was definitely not designed for the common folk, as it has some pretty impressive interior decorations. One can easily mistake that they are in the royal palace in Bahrain and not amidst the waves. Moreover, the yacht has a swimming pool, a beach bar, a private cinema, and of course, a helipad. Otherwise, why would the king need all these helicopters? Yes, the King of Bahrain is definitely spending a lot to accommodate his taste for luxury. However, not all Arabian kings are just as frivolous with their wealth, despite being immensely richer. Number 5. King Mohammed VI of Morocco. The King of Morocco is one of the rare examples of a modest Arabian king. Well, don't expect him to walk around in rags and live in an adobe hut near the Western Sahara border. The king still lives one opulent and highly luxurious life, but he tries not to go over the top. This being said, he definitely fails in this regard when it comes to his residences. The king owns 4 extremely lavish palaces in Casablanca, Fez, Marrakesh, and of course, the capital, Rabat. The ruler palace in Rabat is where the king most often resides. This architectural masterpiece is worth over $1 billion and boasts luxurious amenities like a helipad, a private theater, and a royal spa. Though not as expensive, the Dar Makhzen Palace in Fez is definitely the most memorable, as it contrasts significantly with the surrounding desert landscape. It's not easy staying hidden when you have several acres of lush green gardens and fountains in the middle of the desert. With all the parks and fountains, as well as the top-class service and the heavy security measures, the operational budget of the 4 lavish palaces exceeds $900,000 a day. King Mohammed has a lot of hobbies, but cars are, without a doubt, among his favorites. Admittedly, his garage is not as sizable as others on this list, but still, it offers a lot of glamour. The central piece in his collection is, without a doubt, his Rolls-Royce Phantom, worth approximately $1 million. Still, when traveling across Morocco, the king prefers security over luxury. Well, not exactly, as his Mercedes-Benz S600 Pullman Guard provides both in large quantities. With bulletproof windows and exterior, the car can withstand any attack. Still, the interior is the definition of class. When traveling abroad, naturally, the king prefers to fly like, well, a king. Most often, he enjoys his private Boeing 747-400. The ultra-luxurious private jet costs around $150 million for the floor model. However, King Mohammed's is highly modified and has some defensive and offensive capabilities. Being the wealthiest king in Africa is certainly not the safest job in the world. Thus, the plane costs anywhere between $300 and $400 million. One of the few expenses Mohammed has purely for joy is his El Boughaz 1 super yacht. Naturally, the king didn't go overboard with this purchase, as the boat is only 230 feet long and costs merely $50 million. Still, the king and his family can enjoy the private jacuzzi, cinema, swimming pools, and of course, a helipad. Do they even make yachts without helipads these days? Yes, the King of Morocco is not too keen on the whole living life to the fullest gig. Maybe it's because he thinks he's relatively poor. Can I really blame him if he compares to the other rulers on this list? Compared to them, he is poor. Just wait to hear about Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan of Abu Dhabi. But before we get to him, let's see how his neighbor is doing. Number 4. Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum of Dubai. Being the ruler of the most affluent cities in the world certainly has its privileges. For Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, his $15 billion of personal wealth are just the beginning. More importantly, the Sheikh has access to the vast power that comes with ruling over Dubai. Under his rule, the tiny Arab emirate evolved into a prolific social hub for the ultra-rich. Naturally, that opened many opportunities for the Sheikh to grow his immense fortune and, more importantly, to live a truly luxurious and lavish life. His residence is enough to showcase Sheikh Mohammed's unwavering taste, as he resides in a $500 million palace in Zabil Palace. The 100,000 square foot palace is like a gold mine, covered from top to bottom with precious metals, ivory, and intricate decorations. Naturally, it has all the amenities an ultra-rich king deserves: a private cinema, a spa center, a game room, several swimming pools, and gyms. After all, the Sheikh has to entertain his 6 wives somehow. Sheikh Mohammed still holds the record for the most lavish wedding of all time, as it cost him a mind-blowing $200 million. Half was wasted on a brand new stadium to host the event. Of course, the Dubai ruler has invested heavily in property. As some rumors say, he has more property in England than the British royal family. With 63,000 acres in Scotland and a $45 million estate in Dalham Hall, that's certainly not out of the question. Moreover, the Dubai royal family owns a gorgeous Monaco penthouse worth $323 million. The breathtaking apartment is in the top 10 most expensive properties in the entire world. Still, it pales in comparison to the Emirate Palace in Abu Dhabi. Since the Dubai Emirate has a permanent seat in the UAE's government, he decided to build himself a modest palace. Well, I guess we have a different interpretation for the word modest, as a $1 billion ultra-luxurious palace decorated with gold and silk definitely doesn't fit the description. Just like any Arab ruler, Sheikh Mohammed has a thing for expensive and luxurious cars. His collection is simply mesmerizing, and with central pieces like a $4 million Bugatti Veyron, a $2.5 million Lamborghini Reventon, a $1.5 million Ferrari Enzo, and a $1 million Mercedes-Benz SLR McLaren. In addition to these cars, he also owns a fleet of Rolls-Royces, Bentleys, and other luxury vehicles. Cars are fine, but nothing beats cruising around on an ultra-luxurious mega yacht. Thankfully, the Dubai ruler does not disappoint. Sheikh Mohammed owns one truly magnificent 535-foot-long marine palace disguised as a superyacht. The Dubai cost the Sheikh more than $350 million, but the amenities on board are worth every cent. In addition, he owns 2 other yachts, the 290-foot-long Quattroel and the 256-foot-long Swift 135. The combined worth of his armada is approximately $1 billion. An interesting fact about the Dubai ruler is that he doesn't own a private jet. Instead, he has a private airline. The Maktoum family owns the renowned luxurious air travel brand Emirates. The company owns over 100 aircrafts, but by far, the most luxurious are the $260 million Boeing 747-400 planes. An hour on these beauties usually costs around $600. The Dubai Emir, however, flies pro bono. Not bad, Sheikh Mohammed, not bad. Still, you have a lot to learn from the wealthier Arabian kings, like the ruler of Saudi Arabia. Number 3. King Salman of Saudi Arabia. Being head of a family worth nearly $2 trillion is definitely not as bad as it sounds. Indeed, there are security risks, but when your son and future king is MBS, you can be sure that he's the one who knocks, as Jamal Khashoggi would undoubtedly agree. So, fortunately for King Salman Al Saud, he can enjoy life and his $20 billion fortune. The king and his family have a vast collection of properties worldwide, including one of the world's most expensive villas, Chateau Louis XIV. The gorgeous estate cost the family roughly $300 million. A drop in the sea when you operate in trillions. Still, the Saudi king resides in a far more humble setting. Oh, wait, I mean the complete opposite. The Royal Palace in Riyadh is a genuine architectural landmark and is practically priceless. Still, experts suggest that the materials and labor for the construction of the royal complex would cost no less than $500 million. And there is no wonder, as the 4.9 million square foot complex has a private hospital, several mosques, a royal cinema, and a ton of other amenities. The king's vast real estate portfolio can't overshadow his car collection, though. King Salman owns more than 7,000 cars, including some of the most expensive and exclusive models in the world. His collection includes a $4.8 million Mercedes-Benz SL600, a $3.4 million Bugatti Veyron, and a $2.5 million golden Rolls-Royce Phantom 7. Furthermore, King Salman owns several ultra-luxurious private jets with a combined price tag of more than $2 billion. Still, when traveling abroad, he prefers to use his Boeing 747. The plane is nothing short of a flying palace. It alone costs more than $500 million. The interior is predominantly golden and has an actual throne room. That's what I call flying in style. So naturally, disembarking the plane is just as spectacular as the king uses a custom-made golden escalator. I mean, how else is he supposed to get down? Walk down on regular golden stairs? If that's not impressive enough, King Salman is an avid collector of ultra-luxurious super yachts. His fleet costs more than $500 million. The flagman, without a doubt, is his ultra-luxurious Prince Abdulaziz super yacht, worth more than $100 million. Having a golden escalator is impressive, no doubt, but having an entire golden plane takes the cake any day. Sultan Hassan al-Bolkiah must have known that and definitely wanted to show that he was much wealthier than his Saudi colleague. Number 2. Sultan Hassan al-Bolkiah of Brunei. The Sultan of Brunei is best known for his extravagant spending and expensive haircuts. He once paid $20,000 for a haircut. He flew his favorite barber from London on a private plane and placed him in a 5-star hotel, only to have a 30-minute haircut. I'm not entirely sure if Brunei genuinely doesn't have any barbers. Regardless, that's just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to Sultan Hassan al-Bolkiah and his $30 billion of personal wealth. Naturally, with such funds, haircuts are not the only extravagant purchase on his list. In addition, the Sultan owns about 7,000 cars, many of which were specifically designed for him. Still, some genuine masterpieces like a Lamborghini Veneno, Bugatti Veyron, and Ferrari F40 can also be seen in his garage, worth more than $2 billion. Moreover, Sultan Hassan Al went a bit overboard when he purchased a $100 million private Boeing 747-430, only to invest another $133 million in making it golden. The plane's exterior has been gold-plated, and the interior was refurbished with golden elements, bath fixtures, and even a golden toilet. Let's skip the obvious Donald Trump joke here and move on to Sultan's actual investments, his real estate properties. The Sultan lives in the 2.15 million square foot Nurul Iman Palace in Bandar Seri Begawan. The enormous residence is an entire town on its own, as it has more than 1,780 rooms and 257 bathrooms. As this palace is a genuine architectural landmark, it's practically priceless, and no one even tried to estimate its worth. Still, if we want to showcase Hassan Al's immense wealth, all we need to check is his properties abroad. The Sultan owns a $30 million mansion in Beverly Hills, California, a $110 million chateau in France, and a $400 million hotel in London. I wonder why he doesn't stay there when he wants a haircut. It will undoubtedly come cheaper. The Brunei Sultan's life is, without a doubt, fascinating, and his extravagant spending definitely captures the eye. The lack of such purchases is probably why the world's wealthiest Arabian king often remains outside the media scope. Number 1. Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan of Abu Dhabi. Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan is not only the richest Arabian ruler in the world, but also the most recently crowned. He took over the Emirate of Abu Dhabi only recently after his half-brother Sheikh Khalifa passed away last year. Since then, Mohammed managed to multiply his $3 billion fortune tenfold, and now is worth more than $30 billion. Of course, the most significant chunk of his assets is in ultra-luxurious properties. The showstopper in his real estate collection is his Emirates Palace in Abu Dhabi, which is estimated to be worth $3 billion. This opulent architectural masterpiece features amenities like a private beach, a marina, a spa, and a helipad, among hundreds of other luxuries. In addition to his palaces, Sheikh Mohammed owns a number of mansions and villas around the world. One of his most remarkable properties is a $45 million mansion in Beverly Hills, California. The 19,000-square-foot home features 8 bedrooms, 13 bathrooms, a movie theater, a gym, and a tennis court. Of course, no luxurious lifestyle would be complete without a fleet of high-end cars. Sheikh Mohammed is no exception, owning a number of exotic vehicles, including a $2.5 million Bugatti Veyron, a $3.4 million Lykan Hypersport, and a $3 million Lamborghini Veneno. His favorites, though, are his Rolls-Royce Phantom, Mercedes-Benz SLS AMG, and Ferrari 599 GTO. However, the creme de la creme of his collection is his Bugatti La Voiture Noire, with a mind-blowing price tag of $18.7 million. The Sheikh also owns several luxurious yachts, including the Azam, one of the world's largest yachts, measuring over 590 feet long. The boat cost him around $600 million and features an impressive array of amenities, including a helipad, a cinema, a swimming pool, and a gym. The Abu Dhabi ruler is a great patron of the arts, and his art collection costs more than $100 million. He owns one of the most valuable paintings in the world and definitely knows how to decorate his homes, yachts, and planes with style. Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan might be the wealthiest Arabian ruler, but he sure ain't the richest ruler in the world. This honor goes to King Vajiralongkorn of Thailand. See how he spends his billions next.